Welcome back. Welcome back to Highlights Entertainment. Now, as promised in a previous video, we'll be looking at the road conditions from Rock Spring to Marlborough in St. Mary, Central St. Mary to be exact. But before we embark on that journey, we're going to be looking at this little section here in Rock Spring. This section here, as you can see on the screen viewers, a river runs across the road, which means that for pedestrians, be it adult or children alike, we'll have to use that walk-foot bridge that we can see right there on our left. See there? That is the walk-foot bridge that these pedestrians have to use to get from one side to the next side. Now my concern is, viewers, just look at the screen. That little section there of the bridge, you can see it is on the brink of collapsing. Rotten structure. The board work that is on that bridge is rotten. Majority of the board that is there is rotten. That should be holding up the foundation of that bridge. And to make matters worse, you just look closely again to that bridge, you'll realize that there's no handrails. No handrails in some sections of that bridge, just to support the persons who have to use that bridge. Now, this in itself, my viewers, is extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous for the residents who have to use this bridge on a daily basis to move from one side to the other side. And just look at this carefully. The fall from the top of this bridge all the way down to the bottom where the river is about 15 feet. You heard that correct? It is about 15 feet. Now just imagine the little children that have to walk here, or the elderly persons that have to use this bridge. If one of these days some unforeseen accident should occur and this person should fall over from this bridge, just imagine that drop that this person will have to endure. You understand me? No, something needs to be done about this bridge, and I hope that the powers that be that can assist the community will come together and fix this bridge to appease the burden or this risk that this bridge poses to the members of this community. Now let the journey from Rock Spring to Marlborough begins. Now my viewers, if you look carefully at this screen, you'll realize that this road infrastructure is no better than the previous abandoned communities that we looked at. This road infrastructure is terrible. It is also in a deplorable state. At one point I was wondering if it is possible for my vehicle to journey up this hill, as I struggled to find somewhere to place the wheel to ensure that I could make this journey up this hill. The road infrastructure is terrible. When I say terrible, it is terrible. And it also have me thinking, if this is the condition of the roadways right across the parish of St. Mary, viewers, if out there, if you are living in a particular community where the road infrastructure is as bad as this one, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I like that community that you are experiencing this same problem. And for persons who have not yet subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so now, as your support is needed to help this channel to grow and to continue to bring this type of content to you, the viewers. And if you look closely, you will realize that this community is also suffering from the lack of the bushing exercise in the community. One resident expressed that she's afraid of sending her children on this roadway to walk because of the times we are living in. She's afraid that something violent may come upon her children. And who is to blame her? Look at the condition of the road. It is crazy. It is just crazy to see how these communities can be left abandoned by the persons who are set to take care of these communities and to ensure that the persons living in these areas can live somewhat of a comfortable lifestyle as others at other parts of the country are enjoying. After looking carefully along the roadway, I realized that no street light, not a single street light was seen on any of these light poles, not even one. And it left me thinking that I can only imagine how dark and disturbing this place must look during the night time. Another situation was highlighted by the residents, and this time it has to do with public transportation. It is one that they have expressed their discomfort or challenges to cope with. Now, they are saying that their major township to which they will go to purchase goods or to even have their children going to school is Highgate. Highgate, which is approximately 5 miles away from Rock Spring. Now, residents had expressed that whenever they get the chance to get a taxi from Highgate to come to Rock Spring, they have to pay an average $1,500 per person. You got that correct? $1,500 per person. And it gets worse. These persons are saying that if it is where they decide to purchase goods, like at the supermarket, they will go and buy their groceries. That $1,500 double. So they now have to pay up to $3,000 from Highgate to get to Rock Spring on a taxi, which is approximately 5 miles away from their home. This is madness. This is utter madness. The people are suffering. How much more does the people in these communities need to endure before the elected officials see it fit to assist these persons? How much more should they endure? How much more should they take? How much more should these people struggle before they get help? If any one of you out there know the answer to those questions, feel free to share them in the comment section below. Now, why is it that these communities have to suffer? Why is it that these community members must go through all this heartache and pain just to live a normal life? Why is it that these communities cannot get some attention? Why is it that these communities have to be left alone and abandoned and neglected by persons who can help? Why is it? Why is it? Why is it? All these questions needs to be answered. The people are suffering and they need help. They need help now. There is this myth that when we don't have a lot of persons living in these rural communities, they are often left abandoned because it is believed that enough voters are not in these communities. As I said, it is just a myth, or is it not? Now, as we get closer to the end of this video, let us look closely at the screen and decide whether or not this is a myth or if there's any truth to it. As we get closer to the end, as I said, going closer to Marlborough, look at this location. If you look ahead, you will realize that there is a utility pole, and on that pole is a street light. Yeah man, that's a street light. Now this particular area closer to Marlborough is more populated than in the Rock Spring area. Far more persons live in this space. And as you can see closely, even though they are still having bad roads, but the side of the roadway is in a much better condition. Not a lot of overhanging trees. It is not crowded with bush, that will create an hazard to the persons who have to walk along that roadway. This place is a bit more civilized than where we're coming from. Far more civilized. The road infrastructure, yes, as I said before, is not the best. But as I can see, the community actually looks like somebody is living here. It actually looks like a community where persons are living. I leave you to your own imagination and for you to decide if it is actually a myth that when the population in a community is low, that community is often abandoned, or is there some truth to it? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Until next time, peace.